Ayan, so good day everyone. Ang unang topic natin sa engineering surveys or fundamentals of surveying na merong solving ay itong pacing. So, sa surveying, ano nga ba itong pacing? So, saan siya ginagamit? So, yung pacing, ginagamit siya in measuring distances. So, there are instances where approximate measurements can be enough for the data needed. So instances such as getting the rod in position during a cross-section survey or simply measuring a relatively short distance where accuracy is not that of an issue. So makikita natin dito sa illustration natin or sa figure. So dito sa may point A at point B. So may dalawang puno. So sa point A and point B. So short distance lang siya. So gusto mong malaman kung ilan yung measurement ng from point A hanggang dito sa may point B. So ang gagawin mo is just simply maglalakad ka lang. Maglalakad ka and then bibilangin mo yung number of steps. Yun yung pacing para makuha yung distance ng point A to point B. So yun, sana malinaw. So yung pacing, ginagamit siya kapag, kunwari, nakalimutan mo yung measuring tools mo. So, andun ka na sa site, andun ka na sa lugar. So, gusto mo lang na malaman yung distance. So, short distance. So, dito sa pacing, short distance kung saan accuracy is not that of an issue. So, hindi masyadong issue yung accuracy. So, ang sabi po dito, one of the simplest methods of measuring distances is called pacing. So it furnishes a convenient means of obtaining approximate distances. So ayan. So yun yung tinatawag na pacing. So sana malinaw. And then ito yung mga components ng pacing natin. Ayan. So una is i-zoom in lang natin siya. I-zoom in natin para mas malinaw. So, una, pace. So, yung pace na tinatawag is, ito yung ito yung normal step natin, okay? So, normal step, ito yung normal step, yung natural na hakbang mo. So, yun yung pace. So, define as the length of a step. So, it is measured either heel to heel or toe to toe. So, min-measure siya heel to heel, heel to heel, heel to heel or toe to toe. So, dito sa illustration or dito sa figure, makikita natin. So, ang one pace ay equal siya sa, heel to heel. Ayan. Yan, dun sa, talampakan natin. Ayan. Dun sa may pinaka, imukod na yun. So, heel to heel yun. One pace. Or sabi niya, or toe to toe. Ayan. Toe to toe, ayan. Equal siya sa one pace. Ayan. Next is, itong tinatawag na stride. So, itong stride defined as a double step. So, one stride is equal to two paces. So, ang isang stride daw ay equal siya sa dalawang paces. So, makikita natin dito sa may figure, ito, one full stride ay equal siya sa dalawang paces. So, yan. Mula dito, hanggang doon. So, one full stride. So, take note nyo na lang yun. Take note nyo na, one stride is equal to two paces. Ayan, magagamit natin siya sa pag-solve ng mga problems. So, next is pace factor. Ano nga ba itong pace factor? It is defined as the distance covered by one pace. So, ito yung meter per, itong pace factor, ito yung meter per pace. Ayan. meter cube. So, yun. Next tayo is ito. Ayan. Dito lang. Ayan. So, how to determine your phase factor? So, paano natin makuha yung phase factor natin? So, meron tayong 4 na steps or process na kailangan gawin. So, una, para makuha natin yung phase factor is phase align for n times. So, n times, make sure that the line is provided with its true value distance. So, distance phase. Number 2, record all the number of phases for each time. So, for example, dito sa may figure natin dito sa taas, so ito, point A to point B. So, provided na yung distance or true value. Kunyari, 50 meter yung distance natin dito from point A to point B. So, ang gagawin mo para makuha yung phase factor, maglalakad ka ng, for example, 5 beses, n times. So, yun yung n mo. 5 beses ka mo lalakad from point A to point B to point A, point A to point B, point B to point A, point A to point B. Ganon. Hanggang sa 5 beses or kahit n times, basta n times, yun. So, bawat ano mo is i-record mo. So, i-record all the number of phases. Yun yung number 2. So, kailangan meron kang notebook or lapis or ballpen para i-record mo. So, i-record mo, lista mo yung number of phases mo or number of steps. So, ito, from point A to point B. So, ang na-record mo, una is 97, ganun. Tapos, sa pangalawang beses, mula dito sa point B hanggang dito sa may point A, 98. Tapos, point A to point B, naging 99. So, and so on. Ganun. So, pag natapos na, proceed na tayo sa step number 3. So, isolve natin daw yung average number of phases to cover the same distance. So, ayan. Use the formula below. So, ito, gagamitin natin, average number of phases to cover the same distance is equal to, yan, summation daw natin yung number of phases over n. Ayan. Yung n, kung ilang beses kang naglakad. So, yung example natin kanina is 5 beses. So, sa summation natin number of phases, ayan, para makuha yung average number of phases. And then, after na yan, yung last na procedure natin or step is itong phase factor na para makuha. So, using the formula below, PF or the phase factor is equal to distance phase divided by average number of phases to cover the same distance. So, distance phase, ayan kanina, sabi natin yung D, let's say 50. Ganun. Tapos, makuha mo na yung average number of phases. Ayun. So, from that, makukuha mo yung phase factor. So, next is how to use your phase factor. Ano ba yung gamit ng phase factor natin? So, yung phase factor, nagagamit siya in approximating the distance of a line. So, parang ganun din lang sa taas kanina, yung procedure. So, phase align, the record, and resolve the average number of phases. And then, after yan, makukuha mo yung distance of the line using the formula below. So, B is equal to average number of phases to cover the line times yung nakuha mo na, nakuha or given yung phase factor. So, yun, makukuha mo yung distance of your line. So, yun, may apply natin siya sa pagkuha mamaya ng sample problem natin, itong mga to, na-discuss natin. So, ayan guys. So, ito yung sample problem number 1 natin sa phasing. Basahin muna natin yung problem. A line 125 meters long was spaced by a surveyor for 5 times with the following number of strides: 79, 80, 76, 78, and 79. Another line was spaced 5 times again with the following results: 634, 631, 632, 635, and 637. So number 1, yung pinapahanap sa atin ay yung determine the phase factor, determine the distance of the new line. So, isulat muna natin yung given. So, ayan, given. Ayan. So, yung given natin is ito, stride. So, di ba, alam naman natin kanina, di ba, yung stride, one stride ay equal lang siya sa dalawang paces. So, dito, ang gagawin natin dito, i-convert natin yung stride to paces. So, magta-times 2 lang tayo. So, let's say, S na lang yung stride. And P yung paces. Yan. Para ano. So, una, 79. So, pag times 2 natin yan, magiging 158. Ayan. Tapos, 80. So, 80 magiging 160. Tapos, yung 76 magiging 152. 152. And 78 times 2, 156. And then 79, ayan, 79, 158 ulit. So, yan, nakuha na natin yung phases niya. So, ano lang natin, palit lang. Zoom out natin. Ayan. So, para kunin naman natin yung determine the phase factor. So, P, phase factor. Sulat na lang natin yung formula. Ayan. Phase factor. Napakuha sa atin yung phase factor. Which is, ito is meter per phase. Diba? So, yung formula natin is, diba, PF equal siya sa distance phase divided by average number of phases. Ayan. So, dito, kunin muna natin tong average number of phases natin. So, ano natin? 156, 158, let's say, yung average. So, kunin muna natin yung average ng mga phases. Ayan. So, plus 160 plus 152 plus 156 plus 158. And then, i-divide natin kung ilang number, yung number of phases, kung ilang beses na naglakad. So, 5 beses. So, 5 times 5. So, ang magiging average natin dito ay, so, nakuha natin ay 156.8 pace. Ayan. So, dito, gagamitin natin siya dito. So, yung distance pace natin dito is, ito, 125 meters long. So, yan, 125 meter divided by 156.8 per, ayan, 156.8 pace. So, yan. So, ang nakuha natin ay 0.797 meter per phase. Ayan. So, ito ngayon, yung magiging answer natin sa number 1, yung phase factor. Ayan. So, next is yung number 2. Ayan yung number 2. Determine the distance of the new line. So, yung new line naman ito, yung gagamitin natin, 634, 631, 632, 635, and 637. So, ito yung gagamitin natin para makuha natin distance of the new line. Ayan. Ulitin lang natin. Dito. So, dito, para makuha yung number 2, ayan, distance daw ng distance of the new line. So, para makuha yan, ito, may data na tayo. So, para makuha yan, di ba, yung formula natin is D, or let's say D mu, equal siya sa average number of phases times yung phase factor natin. Ayan. So, una, kunin muna natin itong average number of phases. So, ito, 631. Ito, 600. Ito. So, dito na lang. So, average. So, equal to, ayan, 634 plus 631 plus 632 plus 635 plus 637. Divide natin kung ilan. So, 5. Ayan. So, yung nakuha natin, ayan, yung average is 633.8 pace. Yan. So, dito, ilalagay natin. So, yung magiging distance nyo natin, ayan. So, para makuha yung distance nyo, ito tayo sa 633.8 pace. I-times natin sa pace factor yung nakuha natin dito. Ito. Times 0.797 meter per pace. So, makancel yan. So, matitira is meter. So, ang distance nyo natin ay ang distance nyo natin ay 633.8 times 0.797 is equal to 505.138, or let's say 14 na lang. Ayan, 14 meters. So, ito yung magiging distance nyo natin. Distance of the new line. So, 505.14. So, meter. Huwag nyo kakalimutan yung unit. Ayan. So, next natin, itong sample problem number 2 natin. So, let's read muna. A student recorded the following repeated phases of a given line: 456, 448, 462, 447, 452, and 455. If his pace factor is 0.628 meter per pace, what is the approximate length of line in meter? So, ang hinahanap ay yung distance. So, distance yung hinahanap dito. So, given yung natin, phase factor natin, which is PF is 0.628 meter per phase. Ayan. And then, given din yung mga phases natin. So, given siya, ito. So, yung, para makuha yung distance is, di ba yung formula ng distance? Para makuha yung distance, di ba, D is equal to average number of phases ayan, times yung phase factor natin. So, kunin natin itong natin. So, pwede namang i-direct na natin. I-direct na natin yung pagkuha ng average number of phases. So, let's say yung n natin dito is ilan ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6. Ayan. So, let's say, lang natin, direct na natin. 456 plus 448. Ayan, plus 462 plus 447 plus 452 plus 455. Divide natin at divide 6 times yung phase factor na 0.628. Ayan, times 0.628. Ayan. So, magiging sagot dyan ay ayan. So, ang magiging sagot natin is kapag ayan, 284.693. Ano yung unit natin? Diba ito phase? Phase ito, diba phase? Itong average. Tapos ito meter per phase. So, ito makancel. So, ang matitira is meter. So, ang magiging sagot is distance ng what is yung approximate length of line in meter is ito, 284.693 meters. So, yan yung sagot natin sa pinapahanap dito sa sample problem number 2. So, ayun lang.